What we have here is a 1943 5 Cinco Sucres Silver coin. Of course, this is the one I chose for this weekend Silver History Sunday. I was so excited to receive this coin. It's a crown-sized 72% 25-gram beauty that comes out to 0.5787 troy ounces of silver. This bad boy is one of my favorite coins in my collection, mostly because I find the bust depicted on this obverse to be so unique. I mentioned in a previous video that this guy, Antonio Jose de Sucre, reminds me of a character from a cartoon that was popular when I was little, Nigel Thornberry. I'll put an image of him right here, and you guys can get your chuckles out of the way. On this side of the coin, we can also see the words República del Ecuador around the periphery of the coin, with the date listed on the bottom here. This coin happens to be a 2-year type coin, only minted in 1943 and 1944. In 1943, there were 1 million of these minted, and in 44, there were 2.6 million minted, for a total of 3.6 million across the 2 years, with 1943 being significantly more scarce. Antonio Jose de Sucre wasn't actually a native Ecuadorian. In fact, he was born in present-day Venezuela. He was an independence leader who was close friends with Simón Bolívar of Venezuela, who helped secure their independence from Spanish colonial rule. After securing their independence, Ecuador, Venezuela, and Colombia existed as a larger republic known as the Republic of Gran Colombia. It wasn't until later that Venezuela and Ecuador withdrew and became their own completely independent nations. If we take a quick look at the other side of the coin, we can see that there are some words around the periphery. They say gram 25, cinco sucres, ley 0.72. So it's a 25-gram coin at 72% purity. The bottom of the coin here, we can see the Mexican mint mark, showing that the coin was minted in Mexico, and in the center, we can see the Ecuadorian national coat of arms. The detail here is quite amazing. We can see the support of the coat of arms is made up of 4 different flags. The front 2 flags have axes for poles, and the back 2 have spears. In between the flags are palm and laurel branches. These represent victory. The bird up top here is a condor. It has its wings outstretched to offer the coat of arms shelter and protection, and it stands ready to defend against any enemy. Underneath the crest, we can see a fasces. This is the same symbolism we continue to see on coins and in coats of arms around the world, and in this scenario, it's used to represent dignity. Inside the coat of arms, we can see the famous Chimborazo mountain. I have a little fun fact to throw in here, actually. The Chimborazo peak is actually that of an inactive volcano in the Andes mountain range. It is the highest peak on the planet, if you were to measure from the center of the Earth, not from sea level. Mount Everest still holds the title of the tallest peak on the planet if you measure it from sea level, but the Earth isn't a perfect sphere. So if you were to measure from the center of the Earth, Mount Chimborazo is the record holder. This mountain peak is special to the Ecuadorian culture because its height allows one who climbs it to be closer to the heavens, and the snow that melts off of it helps create the rivers. Also, in the center of the crest, we can see a steamboat. This steamboat is a famous one. It is known as Guayas, the first boat of its kind in Ecuador. Above Guayas, we can see an Incan sun, surrounded by the zodiac signs for Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer, which correspond to the summer months that are historically significant in Ecuadorian culture. The edge of this coin is a simple reeded edge. I don't think that takes too much away from the beauty of this coin has to offer, though. These are relatively cheap coins with mintages that are pretty high, so if you're interested, you can find good examples of this coin for less than $30 or so. I appreciate you watching and hope you enjoyed this week's Silver History Sunday. Thank you.